Good morning, my friends. Welcome to math. We are going to use our blue binder and we are going to use our math journal in math today. We're going to start by warming up our brains. And warming up our brains today, we're going to count by fives. So first we're going to start at 0 and we're going to count by fives to 120. So here we go. 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I hope that you are counting with me. 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, 105, 110, 115, 120. Perfect. Now we're going to start at 30 and count by fives. So here's 30. So 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, 105, 110, 115, 120. Perfect. Now last time, we're going to start at 65 and count by fives. So 65 is here. 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, 105, 110, 115, 120. Perfect. So now that we've warmed up our brains, we need to continue to practice counting by fives. Remember at the beginning of the year, I taught you how to whisper the numbers in between to help you count by fives. So you could do it that way if that helps you. Okay, so today's lesson, we are going to practice putting together two parts, which is called adding. So if we were to take pennies, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6 pennies here. And we are going to add 2 more pennies here. I would like to know what our total is or what our sum is. So we have 6 plus 2. So I could go 6, 7, 8. So if you came up with the number 8, correct. All right, now I want to take 2 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What does 2 plus 6 equal? What is the sum? What is the total? If you said 8 again, you are correct. Are you noticing anything similar with these two problems? I mean, we had 6 plus 2 equals 8. And then we had 2 plus 6 equals 8. Are you noticing anything similar? Are you noticing that they have the same numbers, but in a different place? So they have a 6 here, but a 2 here, and a 2 here, but a 6 here. So the same numbers, but a different place. And are you noticing that they equal the same number? They both equal 8. That is called the turnaround rule, or the commutative property of addition. Okay, so again, we call it the turnaround rule in first grade, but as you get older, you're going to call it the commutative property of addition. All right, so it's the same numbers, they're just reversed. So you have a 6 and a 2, you reverse them and you have a 2 and a 6, it still equals the same thing. Now that only happens in addition, okay? It will not happen in subtraction. So let's try that again. So let me swipe off my board. All right, and this time I'm gonna write my numbers. So I'm gonna do a word problem. Monday, I used 3 red pens. so 3, and 5 blue pens. So 3 plus 5. So I have to think. 5, I'd like to take the bigger number. 5, 6, 7, 8. And I like to pretend there's dots on my numbers. So 5, 6, 7, 8. What do you know? It equals 8 again. S, across the tracks, 8. Okay, on Tuesday, I used 5 red pens and 3 blue pens. And again, we already know what our answer is going to be. These numbers are the same, just in different places. My answer is going to be 8 again. Again, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. The turnaround rule, or the commutative property of addition, is what we call that. So did I use the same number of pens on Monday as I did on Tuesday? So this was Monday, and this was Tuesday. Did I use the same number of pens? If you said yes, you are correct. The same number of pens because they have the same total. Same exact numbers, different places, but they equal the same thing. This is a strategy. You can use if the first number when adding is smaller. You may want to switch it. This allows you to count on. So as I said on this first problem, even though it's 3 plus 5, I said 5 first, and then I added the 3. Okay, again, that's a strategy I use. Maybe you don't use that strategy, but it is a good strategy to learn how to do. So if you are doing an addition problem and it's 2 plus 7 equals, it doesn't mean I have to do 2 and then add 7, because I know the commutative property of addition allows me to say 7 and then add my 2. So 7, 8, 9. My answer is 9. All right, again, that's a strategy, saying the bigger number and adding on the rest. It allows you to count on. Say the bigger number, count on the smaller number. Now let's think of some other strategies we can use when adding. I'll give you a minute to think. I've already brainstormed some strategies that we can use, so I'll give you a minute to think. What are some strategies we can use when we're adding? Okay, here are some things that I thought of. Strategies to solve number stories, or strategies to solve addition problems. So we can use counters, just like I did when I used the pennies, right? We can draw pictures, just like we've done in class. We can use the number line, which is in our blue binder, right? Write a number line in a blue binder. And we can count on, just like I showed you. Say the bigger number, and then add the rest. Now, I'm sure there's more strategies, but these are the ones I came up with. So if you have another strategy to add to our list, be sure to add it to Seesaw. Add a comment to Seesaw attached to this lesson so that I can add it to our list. Again, so those are some strategies we can use. Using counters, drawing pictures, using number line, and counting on. And again, if you have different strategy, show me in Seesaw. Leave me a comment in Seesaw so that I can add it to our list. So when you play roll and total, you can practice counting on. You will say the bigger number, then add on the smaller number, or say the number and add the dots. So that is a game that I'm highly recommending that you play on Wednesday. Or after this math lesson, if you have time, it wouldn't hurt to play roll and total after this math lesson. But if you don't have time to do it after math lesson, that's fine. Make sure you play it during Wednesday math games. So now I would like you to turn to journal page 3. So this is your journal, Everyday Math Journal Volume 1. All right. You're going to turn to page 3. So we did the dinosaur already. You're going to turn to the next page. That's page 3. And it's introducing the turnaround rule. So it says solve. Show your work. Use drawings, numbers, or words. So this is the space that you use for word problem 1. Then number 2, you have this space down here to use to solve number 2. So on Monday, Ellie found 2 pennies. On Tuesday, Ellie found 3 pennies. How many pennies did Ellie find in all? Now, I know that you just want to write the answer here, but it says right here, show your work. So please do something over in this space to show me your thinking. Okay, so you might want to pause the video because I'm going to keep going on to number 2 so that the video is not very long. Number 2, on Monday, Tommy found 3 pennies. On Tuesday, Tommy found 2 pennies. How many pennies did Tommy find in all? And again, I know you just want to write the answer, but they asked you to show your work. So use this space over here and down here to show me your work. And think about it. Think about what we just talked about, the commutative property of addition. Cumulative property of addition. So you have a 2 and a 3. You have a 3 and a 2. So think about that lesson that I just taught you, and that will help you solve these number stories. After you're done with the math journal page 3, again, if you have time, highly recommend you play Roll in Total. How do you play Roll in Total, you ask? This is your Roll in Total game board. All right. So it says work with a partner and take turns. Roll both dice to find the sum. Shade the first empty box above the sum in the table below. Play until one column is filled on the top. So you were given a die in your baggie in this game, and your second die is in your math toolkit. And remember, your math toolkit looks like this. So you have a die that has dots, and you have a die that has numbers that were in your kit, okay? Or in this game, I should say. So you're going to use this game board to fill in. So you're going to roll the dice. You're going to roll both of them. You're going to roll both of the dice. You're going to add them up. And then whatever number you roll, you're going to color in starting from the bottom, and then you're going to go to the top. So every time you get a 9, you're going to color in one of these boxes. Next time you roll, you get a 12, you're going to color in this box. And then as you go, if I get a 9 again, I'm going to color in this box. And then whoever reaches the top, or whenever you get to the top, the game is over. It's all practicing how to count on. Try to say the bigger number and add the dots. Okay? Just practicing that strategy. So that is it for math today. Enjoy your day.